All right, team, welcome to the Next Fitness Show. This is Alexis Craig, and you are here for episode 84 of the Next Fitness Show. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful to have you here. And today we have a really awesome special treat for you in here today. Today is a bit of a role reversal show. So, our guest on today's show is our former host, Trainer Mary Beth. Yay! Welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. To be totally
Excited to be
honest, I
back.
feel a little nervous being in the role reversal of
Oh,
you
you're
being.
in charge, sister. This is your baby. So I'm happy to be a guest, and I'm happy to contribute in any way I can. I sprung it on Wednesday when I was teaching the Walk Your Chakras class that I was going to be a guest on the show, and people were very excited. It was very nice to see and experience. So thanks, everybody. Hi.
Aw, yay! Awesome. So, welcome to the show, you guys. Okay, we'll come back to Mary Beth in just a second. All right. And let's see, how do I do it? There we go. Okay, so first of all, I just want to encourage you, please push like on this video if you are here live, or even if you're watching this as a replay, please push like on this video. It honestly really helps and it makes a big difference, so please do it. And those of you who are here live, please go in the chat right now and just say hi. We can't tell who's here until you actually say hi. So please go ahead and do that. And this is a production of The Next Fitness Thing. So we are a fitness and wellness platform. You can check us out at thenextfitnessthing.com. We have all the socials and everything too. So you can find us on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and all these things. So we'll put the links to all those things below. So it's easy to find us after the show's over. We'll put that there. And right now, so far in the chat, Donna D says, hi, MB. And Erin says, hello. Nice. Jennifer's in here saying hello. Yay. Okay, cool. Yay.
It's gonna be
So
good.
it's good. It's already is. It already is great. So we have a really special show for you today. We have a few awesome things going on. For one, not only do we have Mary Beth here today, but we also have a guest that Mary Beth not only comes as a guest, but she also brings a guest. So Mary Beth, what do we have in store with you today? Tell us that.
It's time to pick Dr. Kristin Wingfield's brain, and she has. Let me just tell you, she has been a rock star superhero in my life the last few weeks because I'm going through another thing with my body, and she's getting me through it in one piece. So we're very happy to have her on as a guest. We recorded this interview on Wednesday, and we're going to discuss menopause and exercise and the whole ball of stuff that our minds do to us as well as our bodies do to us when we enter that phase. So great interview, full of good stuff, and she's amazing and awesome. So that's why she's on the
Yes,
show.
so I'm super excited to share that. We also have a stretch break, a move of the week. We've got some announcements. We got a little special treat for you at the end. So without further ado, let's go ahead and share Dr. Wingfield. All right, let's go. Okay, so give me 1 second. Let's get the thing.
It's worth the wait.
There it is. There it is. I got it. Okay, and it's here. All right, let's do it.
All right, she is back. It is the superstar, Dr. Kristin Wingfield, sports medicine specialist, and our favorite doctor here on the Next Fitness Show. Great to have you back. How you been? I just saw you recently, so I know, but you know.
I am good. Thank you very much. Love to be here. Love to come and
Yeah,
chat with you.
we love having you. And Dr. Wingfield has been guiding me through yet another one of my issues, and we may touch on it briefly in this discussion, but it's all good. It's getting better. But it really has a lot to do with our subject that we're going to be speaking about is how menopause and perimenopause and the lead up to menopause can affect your workouts and how your body handles things. So when we hit the certain age and then things start going in a different direction, our bodies change in a lot of ways. And how, as far as the things that you covered, the bones, the muscles, the joints, the soft tissues, etc., what does that do to our bodies?
Well, it's a big question and a big subject, and there's different phases of it, right? You say perimenopause, well, that's a younger version, and then postmenopause, once your hormones have changed and aren't present as much and
Right.
as they were when you were younger. And so it's just a natural aging process, right? And so our bodies change, our hormones and all the systems inside change, and that affects our muscles, and that affects what we can do and how we feel and how our bodies respond to exercise. And there's other factors like sleep, and often sleep is disrupted, and perimenopause with hot flashes and various hormone changes. And so then you're losing some of your recovery, and weight gain changes in different aspects of the body. The proportion of where you gain weight changes. There's loss of muscle mass. There's loss of bone mass over time from the time we're a young woman, and that accelerates after menopause, a small percentage each year. So these are all things that contribute to how we feel, um, and how we respond to exercise. And there's a lot of hype in the media about what type of exercise we should be doing, what we should be eating. And honestly, it's different for everybody in different phases, and it depends a little bit on what you go in with. You're not going to become a professional athlete just because you hit menopause and start doing heavy, heavy weights if you've never done weights in your life. And that can lead
Indeed.
to injury, right? And our tissues are more susceptible to injury because we've lost some estrogen, and so the tendons are a little stiffer. And just with aging, our tissues dehydrate, our meniscus dehydrates, our tendons are a little stiffer. And so there's certain um, exercises that are better to help with that. And you just have to be careful of starting new things and just jumping into things without knowing how your body will respond.
And a big mistake, I will say, a big misconception that people that training clients, for example, that I deal with, a belief that they have about their body is that, they should be able to do what they used to do 10 and 20 years ago. Realistically, not so much, right?
Exactly. And your expectations have to change, and your exercise routine has to change. And you can focus more on lifting weights and strength work. So that is important. And there have been studies showing even older adults starting a weight routine will see benefits, like 80-year-olds. And so helping with balance and maintaining muscle mass. But we don't want to forget about the cardiovascular benefits of exercise and exercising
Right.
for our heart. So we can't just stop doing cardio because we want to do weights. And so
Exactly.
you only have so much time in the day. And so these are things you have to figure out. And then you also have to listen to your body. And as we age, some people have arthritis, some people have more tendon issues. And that will also dictate what you can and can't do and how much recovery you need and the balance of cardio to strength work. And you can't just do the standard deadlifts if you have a hamstring problem. And so
Right.
so there's all these factors that contribute, and individuals need to have individualized programs to accommodate that.
Yeah, and I see that a lot as I am an orthopedic exercise specialist myself, and so I am the bridge kind of between you and the training client, and physical therapy is in there as well as part of that chain of command, so to speak. And yes, there are different answers for everybody on this. We get this question a lot. It's like, what should I do? It's just like, well, your body's going to kind of determine that for you, right? And pain-free is super important as well. You don't want to do things that hurt and exacerbate things, right?
Exactly. But at the same time, just because you're older doesn't mean you can't push yourself, right?
Right.
So we talk about HIIT training. HIIT training's great. And if you want to do sprints running, well, you have to be a runner, and you have to have a base, and you have to have no injuries that will get worse when you do sprints. And if you do, great. But you can't just go off the couch and start doing sprints on the road. Maybe you can start on a bike, so we do want to push ourselves. And we pushed ourselves when we were young just naturally. And we don't want to stop doing that because everything slows down. And you have
Mhm.
to keep pushing to keep it challenged and to grow your cardiovascular system and challenge your heart, just the way we challenge our brain. But you have to be smart about it.
Yeah. Okay. Come in. I'm going to tell everybody a secret. I'm going to come in real close here. Do you notice how much of this revolves around the mental aspect? Like realistic expectations? Hello? Yes. Just putting that out there. Okay. And I know for a fact from firsthand experience, every once in a while, somebody will come to you and they will vent about how frustrated they are that their body just can't keep up the way that it used to. What is your advice to that person? I have a
Yeah.
particular phrase in mind that you gave me that I just told a training client this morning, and it really fit the description. So,
Well, hopefully I get it. I say the same thing again, but I
Oops,
think
maybe.
we go through different phases in our life, right? And so things have to change and adapt. And so what you did when you were 20 might not apply when you're 50. But it doesn't mean you can't do things, and you have to tailor and enjoy what you're doing, and you have to get benefits. You don't want to just slog through because it's what you think you should be doing. You need to
Right.
listen to your body, and you need to still push it and figure out ways to deal with what's going on, which is different for every person. And there's different types of exercise that will be beneficial and not beneficial. And so you have to do more of what your body likes and less of what it dislikes.
And if you are like me and you do have a chronic pain condition like arthritis or something along those lines, your exercise is going to be real different and than it used to be, quite likely. And what you told me was from here forward, I got to a certain point that I was seeing you more often. And you said, from here forward, your life is about pain management. And it's about finding the things that you can do and ditching the things that aggravate you. And that was just like, boop, 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 my red light. That is just like, oh, I get it now. I have to exercise because my body won't like me otherwise. So that one really hit home with me. So if somebody were to come to you with a knee issue, for example, and they was like, what kind of exercise? I used to jump. I used to run. I used to this. I used to do backflips. You used to do backflips. But maybe you still do. I don't know. But what's your advice to them as far as what types of exercise and strengthening? Hips also and backs, like I'm dealing with lumbar and hip issues right now, is a long story short of what I'm dealing with. That can snowball into like everything. So that was a big question. Let me like couple it in for a landing.
Right. So joints need to move, bodies need to move, right? Our
Yeah,
lives are so sedentary. And if you have some damage in a joint, it's even worse if it doesn't move because it gets stiff and
right.
sore. So you need to make time to move the joint. If it doesn't tolerate high impact anymore, and some injuries can tolerate it if they have enough strength around it and they're mild, and you can do
Mhm.
a little bit of that. But if it doesn't tolerate any, then you have to find an alternative that is lower impact, biking, swimming, stairmaster, hiking, things like that if you can't actually run. But oftentimes you can run a little bit if you get strong, or you can do some comparable exercise, some jumping, some stairs, some shorter uphill sprints in a longer walk, so you don't have to just ditch it altogether. You need
Yeah.
to rehab, strengthen, and see where that line is that you can push to and not go over and flare everything up. And that will take a combination of adding other activities to support the joint. When the muscle's strong, then the joint functions better. And you just have to listen to what it handles. It will tell you if it's unhappy, and then you shouldn't be doing that. If it's swelling and
Yeah.
painful, that's too much. But if it's a little sore and it feels better overall, and then it improves, then that's good.
One of my favorite things that I did in my many rounds of physical therapy from a hip or a knee thing, I can't remember what it was, they all blended together, but there's a machine called a bounder. And I love that thing. It's kind of like it's on a sled. It's like kind of got a diagonal, and there's a bouncy plate at the bottom. And it's a great thing to help train you to get back into landing the proper way with the proper mechanics when you're dealing with an injury. I love that thing. It's just like, when do we get to go on the bounder? So
It's
there are kind of
perfect.
ways to simulate that on your own if you're not in a physical therapy situation, right? You can
Yes,
kind of,
exactly. You can do
yeah.
lower impact and then jumping and landing and just the strength work, and you can progress your intensity and your impact levels, and exactly. But
within
you need to be
within
able to
reason.
crawl before you can walk, before you can run.
Right.
Your muscles need to accommodate, and that's so the bounder and the shuttle, you're learning to activate the muscles to shock absorb. So if you have a problem and your body's not functioning properly, you're injured, you can't just go from nothing to jumping and running. There, you have to retrain your systems to shock absorb and fire and get the biomechanics working so that you can tolerate more, because injuries shut those things off. And so
Yeah.
people don't realize that. They think they can just rest and then go back. But there's been an imbalance that needs to be corrected so you can go back without further injury.
So bottom line, I think as we again pull this in for the landing, resting on the couch, not so great when you're feeling pain. Pushing so hard like you're going for an Olympic gold medal, not good for pain either. You got to find your balance, right? So everything in life is a balancing act, right? Okay, I think that's a wrap on this one. But of course, Dr. Kristin Wingfield would love to let you plug your amazing practice. So go ahead and shout yourself out.
Oh, thank you. I am a primary care sports medicine physician, so I don't do surgery. I have a practice in Mill Valley and in the city a little bit. I take care of the San Francisco Ballet, so I will often see patients after that in the city. But my main practice is in Mill Valley, and my practice is called Sports and High Performance Medicine. My website is sportsperformancemedicine.com.
Check it out. A wealth of information from this woman, Dr. Kristin Wingfield. Thank you. We love you. See you back again soon, we hope.
Thank you very much.
I mean, isn't she amazing? I'm fangirling her right now, and it's just like I've seen her for years, and I always learn new things from her. It's fabulous. So yay!
Oh, so I mean, and you too, the whole thing, great. There's so much in there. There's just so much to even, whew, yes. And
Yeah,
meanwhile,
right.
in the chat, Donna D is saying, I agree that to keep physically active to manage pain. Right, exactly. I feel like that is really one of the biggest takeaways from everything that was just said is really this piece of the idea that if something is hurt, I think a lot of people think that not moving it is the way to make it feel better. And I mean, my understanding is that when it's acute, like you just had this injury, that may be the case for a period of time where you need to
Right.
arrest it at first. But then in the long haul, moving it is what's going to actually make it feel better.
And the science used to tell us to rest. And once we learned
Right.
that, knew more, we did better. And now it's just like rest is, if it's lingering, is like the worst thing you can do. And make sure you get it checked so you don't sit around and wait for it 6 months before it's like you're in agony and then go see and finally go see your doctor. It's like, we could have
Right.
nipped this in the bud 6 months ago if you come see me.
Right.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, and I mean I could just feel my ankle is the example that I have for
Mm,
this, and I have sprained my ankle a bunch of times, but many times my strategy of when I sprained my ankle was to rest it and also to not allow it to mobilize, right? It was like I was
yeah.
keeping it from being mobile right after it happened. And my
Hmm.
understanding now is that if I haven't sprained my ankle in a while, like knock on wood, but also
Yeah.
I've done a lot to keep that from happening in the future.
Right.
But when I do have an ankle thing come up, the more I move it slowly and carefully and not in an extreme way or anything, it actually makes it get better faster and it keeps the mobility so I don't have to try to get back into having a mobile ankle afterward.
Yeah, exactly. And just a little bit more of a piece of what I'm going through right now. When I've been working out, I've been doing squats, and I feel a little pop in my back, and it didn't hurt, but it's just like it was making noise. And it's just like sometimes it's okay for your body to make noise as long as it's not painful. It can be any number of things causing that. But then I started to have this issue, and Dr. Wingfield said you need an X-ray, and so I went and got an X-ray. So it turns out I have a condition called spondylolisthesis, which is a big word for if I'm facing you straight forward, here's my L4 vertebra in my lumbar spine, here's my L5, and my L4 heads, I'm going to turn this way, shifted forward like 5.5 millimeters.
Oh,
So I got some instability in my spine that I'm dealing with now. It's causing me hip pain, but I'm doing all the things to move it as best I can and baby it when I need to. And fortunately, I have some
right.
meds and things. But yeah, it's just like things change when we hit this age, baby. And it's just like you got to
Oh,
roll with it. You don't have a choice.
I'm sorry to hear that, and I can only
It's fine. It's
imagine.
getting better, but yeah,
And I mean, like I imagine you're also doing a lot with core to make sure that you have
exactly.
support and
Yes.
all of these things too. I
Dr.
mean,
Wingfield's last words to me were do lots of core before when I left her office last time. Lots and lots of core. Like
lots of
on it.
core. Yep. Totally. Meanwhile, Marissa's in the chat right now saying, I'm
Hi,
over
Marissa.
50 with cerebral palsy. My exercise looks different, but I can still enjoy moving as best as I can, and I love cycling. Awesome.
Round of applause, Marissa. There you
Totally.
go.
Totally. Donna D is saying, Welcome to the Club MB.
Ah,
Oh.
no. Well, we're in it together. So,
Totally. I mean,
yay.
one thing I will say about this is it's happening to all of us at the
All of us, we
same
can't escape
time.
it, right?
Yeah, like I used to kind of feel like, oh yeah, for old people, right? You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, I am old people. Like it's not like it's not like it's them. It's
You want to
all
hear
of us.
you want to hear something really sad as far as like the aging process? Nothing to do with exercise. I just thought I'd drop this in. This past week, it was very sad to hear that Robert Redford died,
Mm.
and he was 89. It's just like,
Wow.
that's only 18 years older than me. This is like,
Oh.
whoa. No, it's 28. Sorry, I can't do math. But it's still, it's like, I remember watching him when I was a kid. Anyway, that's all.
Right. Totally. So just saying, move your body is
Move
that's
your
the
body.
biggest care. What the biggest takeaway I got from that overall is move your body.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you,
Move it
Dr.
lots.
Wingfield. The
Yes,
wealth of information. So grateful to have her presence on this show. She brings so much value. I love it.
absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So speaking of moving your body, this is your chance right now to actually move your body. So this right
Actually, you
now
get to sit, right?
is our stretch break. It's true. You get to sit and move your body at the same time. Imagine
Yay.
that. So our stretch break for today was chosen by Mary Beth. And Mary Beth,
hmm
what is our stretch break for
We are
today?
going to do some seated twists because when we get to a certain level of chronological enhancement, as I like to say, our spines stiffen up and we're facing this way all the time and we're facing keyboards and screens and things all the time. It's encouraged for you to open up your spine. So lengthening through your spine, sitting up nice and tall. I hope you're doing this with us. You know the rules, right? So sit up tall and then slowly make your way around into your twist. Take a big deep breath as you inhale. You grow a little taller. And then as you exhale, you gently go into your twist little by little. You don't just want to jack it around right away and hurt yourself. And then once you hit that sweet spot, hang out there and just breathe into your rib cage for a little and feel your butt vertebrae open up and relax your shoulders down. Another thing, if you're using, especially if you're using like Veronica in our video is using a hand to get some leverage into her twist, sometimes that shoulder can lift up. You want to avoid that. Keep it down in your back pocket, as we like to say. And of course, do both sides. So if you're doing it with us now, unwind and then do it the other way. So I was describing, I wasn't doing it so much, but I got to get something now.
I'm
Oh,
doing it.
yes.
I'm doing it.
There we go.
Oh, I love this
Yeah,
one.
that's
This
one of my
one,
faves.
I literally, okay, so both in seated yoga, which is on Thursdays at 4:30 Pacific, and
Fun.
in all of the yoga that we do. Honestly, that move is in almost every single class, I would say. It
Yeah.
just feels so good to, I think of it as like wringing out your spine. It's like you're taking
Mm-hmm.
your whatever's grabbing onto your spine and you're just wringing it out
Bring
gently,
out
of
all the
course.
tension. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. So I love that
Yay.
one. I hope you guys did it. And if you have any strong feelings about that one, I would love to hear what comes up for you.
Sure,
All
sure.
right. So with that, moving on, now you get another chance to move your body with the move of the week. This is also a move that is chosen by Trainer Mary Beth, which is
The side lunge or lateral squat, if you want to think about it that way, because I tend to think of this as a lateral squat is your feet are planted. If you're stepping out into it, it's more of a lunge, but six of one, half a dozen of the other.
mm-hmm,
So when you're doing this, I picked both the stretch and this move simply because these are issues that we often face as we advance in age. The back gets tight and the hips get weak. So this is a really good move to strengthen your gluteus medius. That's that little side butt area. And down into your outer hips and thighs as well to help stabilize you and keep you from hurting. So the main thing you want to think about on this one is your range of motion. When you go to the side, you want to come comfortably deep into your knee bend, and you want to keep your feet as forward as is comfortable for you. Some people
mm-hmm.
can have a little slight turn out of their feet, and it doesn't affect their knee position. But if you find that your knee's like going way out past your toe, you need to maybe shift your foot forward in position a little bit more. If your butt's going out past the edge of your foot, you may need to clean up your form a little more and get a little taller and more vertical with your posture. I have a dearly beloved training client, by the way. I've been seeing her for a long time, and she's always happy and she's always got a smile on her face. But when she's doing this move, she kind of turns her head and she's like, It's just like, you know what that does to your posture when you do that? It's adorable and I love you, but it's just like, head up, please. So it's like, oh, okay.
Right.
We have
And
another
that's
version
why
of
I
this.
picked this version is so
Yeah,
that you can see it because and I think a lot of people when they do this lateral lunge tend to do the hip hinge at the same time. And I'm not going to say it's exactly wrong. I mean, sometimes you might do that intentionally, maybe as a stretch or maybe I know that we have some moves in our exercise library that also have a row or something in this position where it would be
right.
appropriate to do that. But in general, you do want to try to keep your shin and your spine parallel-ish. And like this model in this video right here is really bowing forward, like really, really, really far. And so I
Yeah.
kind of picked her as an example to make an example of her. And
It's more like the deadlift cue that we often give that you're sticking your butt back behind you like you're closing a car door with an armful of groceries with your butt.
right.
And yeah, that's kind of what's going on here, I think. So, I mean, her knees look great, but
Yeah, that's true. And I also really wanted to highlight here that you can step it in and out instead of keeping your feet wide. And so that's
right.
one of the things that she's showing too.
That's
So,
a good front view. That vertical shin right there where she lands,
hmm
textbook. Yeah. So
totally.
that way, when you push off, it's your outer hip and thigh that are doing the work and you're not stressing your knee joint,
Great point. Great point.
right?
And I feel like a lot of people on this one too, on the standing leg, like you can see her foot wants to kind of come off the ground. She's fighting it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And keeping that one grounded is really helpful for ankle mobility. So I generally
Mm-hmm.
always encourage keeping that foot planted. I know that there are versions of that lunge where you could lift your toe or something like that. And in
Yeah.
general, I would say keep the foot planted unless you have a very specific reason you're not doing that.
And I'm going to give our model one more A plus. Her shoulders are square. She's
Good
not
point.
rotating as she goes out to the side. I see that a lot. And it's just like shoulder square. You got a headlight on each shoulder. You're shining straight ahead on your path instead of off to the side because you're not going there. Right. So,
Love it. Awesome. That's so good. Okay, awesome. So I hope that you guys got a chance to actually do the move and the stretch. Yay. All
that one's
right,
not
you're
on
on
my
it.
radar right now, but it'll get there.
I
Thank
hear
you,
you.
hip. All right.
Oh yeah,
Thank you,
right. I
spine.
know.
It's all good. It's moving
One
in the
thing
right
I'll say with
direction.
that one, and I don't know if this is not really about your injury or anything like that, but just saying holding on to something can be really, really helpful with that lateral lunge. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'll use TRX and like hold on to both handles so that I have some more support. It takes some of the weight out of your legs
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
And if
I've
you
done a few of those. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I know you have, but that was kind of like why I wanted to make sure people hear that. And if you don't
Hmm.
have something like that, you could hold on to like really any stable surface. You could hold on to
Back
a
of a couch,
railing,
countertop,
totally.
somewhere
Yeah.
you'd set up to do a bar class, for example, a
Yeah, a
bar,
chair,
yeah,
like the
a
back of a
chair.
chair.
Lots of
Yeah,
options. Yeah.
totally. All right,
Woo!
so thank you for that. And we have some announcements going on in here. I want to make sure everybody knows what's going on with the next fitness thing. So for one, this weekend is our community event for the month of September. And it is also fall equinox. So we are doing fall equinox as our community event for September. This is on Sunday, which is the fall equinox. It's on Sunday at 7 a.m. Pacific. We will have fall equinox yoga, followed by 7:30 a.m. fall equinox walk for 25 minutes. Now, this is completely free. It is
Yay.
no membership required or anything like that. So if you're here watching this video and you're not yet part of our community, then jump on over to this and you can go to thenextfitnessthing.com and you can see it right on our homepage and join the fall equinox community event. All right, that said, we also have our next challenge coming up, and this challenge is really special for us in a couple of reasons. For one, this is our next 5K training program. So if
Yay.
you've been really waiting for something serious to train for, this is a great chance for you to really challenge yourself. The kickoff is on September 27th. So this is not this coming Saturday, but it's the Saturday after. And you get a chance with that to do a baseline. That is completely free. So even if you are not part of our community or whatever, you can join that baseline event and see where you are in a 5K. You get about 55 minutes to go and try to see how far you get. And you will either find out how long it takes you to get to a 5K, or you will find out how far you can make it within 55 minutes. So one way or the other. And with this, you could do this as a walk, you could do it as a run, you could do this in a wheelchair, you can do it on roller skates, you could do it on a paddle board, you can do it on a bike, really whatever you want to be
Pogo
your
stick.
cardio. Totally, go
Totally.
for
All
it.
right. Just checking,
So,
not
I
just
mean,
for
if
me,
you're
but
gonna do the pogo stick, please do it on camera because I absolutely want to see that. Honestly, we've been having people take class on camera for walking, especially with the treadmill and walking pad, and it's been really fun.
nice.
So, yeah, so just saying, feel free to join. You can turn your camera on or not if you want to. But anyway, 5K. The URL is thenextfitnessthing.com/trick-or-trot 5K, and this is a partnership with Project Soulflower, which is a nonprofit organization that gives bucket list gift. It's basically kind of like the idea of what they do at Make-A-Wish, but it's for a little bit older young adults. So for kids that would have aged out from Make-A-Wish, for you're already 18 or a little older than that, then this is really for young adults that have, life-changing illnesses to help them
Yeah.
to have awesome experiences. It's such a sweet organization.
This is not the first event we've done with them, and just the stories of the participants that we heard from the participants who joined the event, and it's just like, here's what this organization means to me. And it's just like I
Oh,
cried, I cry at things.
yeah, totally,
But happy
totally.
tears, right?
Yeah. So this is a benefit for them. All of the proceeds are going to Project Soulflower. So I encourage you to join. The signups are actually live now. We just put them up today. And it's thenextfitnessthing.com/trick-or-trot 5K. You have three choices of how to join. You can do just the 5K. You can do the training program, which is what I was talking about, which is 4 weeks leading up to the 5K, so that you get to really improve your performance and train for it instead of just doing the one
Hmm.
event. Or you can do the event only and also get a t-shirt. If you do the training program, you get the t-shirt too.
Yeah, and the swag's always really cool for these things. So yeah,
Super cool.
everyone wants the swag.
Yep. So anyway, so you can join this now. Also, we have a little schedule change for this weekend. That's exciting schedule change. So tomorrow, on Saturday, Melissa, our team leader, will be leading two classes. So she's holding down the whole schedule for Saturday morning this week. It's her
Yay!
first time doing that. So go support
Go show
Melissa.
up, give her love. Yes, Melissa,
Totally.
congrats.
6:30 a.m. Pacific. She's leading a meditation. You're welcome to do that as seated or lying down, but you're also welcome to do it as a walk. So if you want that to be like your walking warm up, you can do it as a walking meditation. Or if you're just like for me, I will just be probably waking up at that time. So I may do it just as the wake up meditation and then I'm ready for my day. And then at 7 a.m., she's leading a walk and it's a fun one. Never have I ever. So go and support Melissa and get your workout on tomorrow morning.
The
All
family's
right.
growing. Yay.
Yeah. Also, I just want to give a shout out to our Discord. There's a lot going on in our Discord. It's really fun in there. And if you are here, you want to be there. So I'll put the link to the Discord in the description below if you are not yet part of this community, or if you are, but you're not in the Discord yet, I'll put the link below so that you can join.
Cool.
And the next announcement is our walking book club. This is a monthly thing that we do. It is the only walking book club that we know of. And it actually happens on September 28th. So it's the day after that 5K kickoff. So this can kind of be your active recovery afterward, just
There you
saying.
go.
And you still have a couple weeks to read the book. So right now, I would encourage you to get the book, get reading. I'm listening to the audiobook right now, and it's definitely really engaging. The book this month is Hidden Pictures, and it's by um, Jason Rekulik. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that.
Rakulik? Yeah, I was
I
going to
think
ask
it
that
is
myself. I
something
wasn't.
like that, actually. On the audiobook, they did say it, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
you
I'm
have to listen to the
saying
audiobook
that
for the
wrong,
pronunciation.
but I need
Or
to
look
get
up a
back on.
YouTube video and then it'll say,
There you
hi,
go.
yeah, that's what I do sometimes.
And the book, actually, the main character in the book is a runner, and so there is that
Yeah.
element in there too, so check it out. Anyway, so if you're interested in this, that it's thenextfitnessthing.com/book club, and that link will not only tell you about our book club class, but it has the link to find the book as well. So go
And
and check
Anna
that out.
rocks. So join her.
True.
Yeah.
Absolutely true.
Hi, Anna.
Absolutely true. Hi, Anna. I know. Okay, and we actually do have one more thing. One more announcement is we have Freebie Friday this week. Yay! So let's go
Yay!
ahead and do our Freebie Friday giveaway. I have it on the screen, I think.
Free the prize.
All right, here we go. There it is. There it is.
All
There it
right,
is.
I can see if I can do sound effects again. I'm not
Oh,
out
you
of
got
practice,
sound
but
effects? Heck yeah, we've
well,
been
I mean, I
missing your
kind
sound
of make
effects
them, but
so
we'll
much.
see.
All right, Freebie Friday.
All right, ready,
Ready? We spin
set,
the wheel, go.
go, 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 go. And
Boom.
Jose
Jose,
Carlos
Jose
Malakia.
Carlos, congratulations. We
Yes.
will be reaching out to you probably through the Messenger YouTube to let you know that you're eligible for the prize. Awesome. All
Yeah.
right.
And how does
And
someone win?
oh, thank you. See, we've been missing you. The way that you can be entered to win for Freebie Friday is by commenting on any YouTube video. You don't even have to comment on this week's video or this video, but if you leave a comment on any video on our YouTube channel, then you are entered for a chance to win on Freebie Friday. And it's an awesome prize and it will be made by somebody on our team. All
Yay.
right. Donna D says, hooray, Carlos! Yay. All right. And Marissa also says it's a really good book.
Ah,
Nice. Okay,
sweet.
that's cool. And
We got a
Jennifer's in the
review.
chat saying the perfect lead into spooky season is true. I don't know if we're
Yeah,
talking
sugar
about the
shop.
5K or the book, but both of those are
Oh
actually the
yeah, there you
perfect lead
go.
into spooky. Both of
Both
those
apply.
are totally. Okay, we have one more topic that I want to bring up here while we are here. So this is a food that is in season at this time, and it's one that is close to my heart right now. And our
Yay.
food is eggplant.
Eggplant. Make your emoji jokes now. Get them out of your system. If you don't know what the eggplant emoji stands for, find a Gen Zer in your life and they will maybe tell you, or they might be embarrassed otherwise.
Yeah, you should definitely look it up before you use the eggplant emoji, just
Yeah,
saying.
use with caution.
Okay,
I love
so
me some eggplant. Oh my gosh. I mean, how do I not love the eggplant? Let me count the ways. It's really good for you. I mean, it's very
yep.
low in calories. It's very high in fiber and vitamins and minerals, the antioxidants, lots of things to help protect your body. Technically, they're a fruit, not a vegetable, just in case you're wondering about
Right,
that.
that's true.
And they're kind of, I consider them kind of like tofu, the eggplants. They're kind of like a sponge that absorbs other flavors. And so you
Mm,
can prep them like any way you want with whatever seasoning, rub, or sauce or whatever you like. I know
mm-hmm.
my beloved Chinese restaurant that's catty corner across the street from where I live. They do this eggplant and tangy sauce, and it's really, really good. And the eggplant is like so tender, but it's in this really thick, sweet sauce. And it's just like, I know I shouldn't be having this right now, but it's so good.
That sounds
But
amazing.
yeah,
That
but
sounds amazing.
my favorite way, actually, and I haven't done it in a while, to have eggplant is baba ganoush, which is
Oh,
basically hummus but made with eggplant instead of chickpeas. And
oh, we're
it's
gonna have to
literally just
try that.
lemon juice and garlic and spices and tahini and roasted or grilled eggplant, especially if you grill it, it gets real smoky. Otherwise, if you don't have a grill, you can use like a smoked paprika or something on the spice. And oh, I need to make some this weekend. I just made myself really hungry.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna try that. We're growing eggplant in our garden right now. Actually, two
Nice.
varieties in our garden. Yeah, it's a really hardy
Awesome.
plant. If you wanted to try growing eggplant, it actually has been one of the more resilient plants in our
Hmm.
garden. And oh my gosh, I love it so much. My favorite
Yeah.
way to have the eggplant is honestly to make like, I don't know if I'd call it like an eggplant fritter or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, I've been like doing an egg wash and then the normal way to do it that I learned when I was in Minnesota was to dip it in like breadcrumbs or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not
Hmm.
doing the gluten so much, so I'm more of like dipping it in. We've done almond flour and we've also done like coconut. Oh my gosh, it's
Ooh,
so good.
dang.
And then you just like put it on, put it on the skillet and just flip it over. It doesn't last, you don't have to fry it for very long or anything like that, but
Hmm.
it turns out so good. Oh my
It's
gosh.
actually pretty decent if you slice it really thin, put it in an air fryer, and you can basically make eggplant
Oh,
chips.
There we go. There we
Dump it in the
go.
baba ganoush as well, and then you're set, right?
The double eggplant,
All
twofer right
eggplant all the
there.
time.
Yes. And then the other thing I'll just say with eggplant too, and I love that you pointed out how similar it is to tofu. I hadn't really thought of that, but it is like really meaty. And
Yeah.
so if you wanted to have like a meat substitute that was just totally natural, it works really well for that, actually. You could just
Yeah.
cut it up like it'll almost look like chicken cubes or something like that.
Yeah, true. And another thing, as far as like the texture, is like when you cook it down and it gets really soft and creamy, and you don't even need a food processor to make baba ganoush if you were into it. So it's just like
Really?
it gets so soft, you just put it together with a fork and just.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
I'm
So
gonna
there you
try that for
go.
sure. We have an
Woo!
abundance of eggplant going on
Everybody,
over
I'm
here,
taking baba
so
ganoush this weekend. Yes.
nice.
There's a
Love
tahini
it.
shortage. We don't know why. Oh, that's what's happening. Okay.
Oh, Baba Ganoush. What?
Uh,
What? Oh, that's hilarious. All right, so that's it. Let's see what's going on in the chat right now. Oh, Marissa says air fry. Cool.
yes. Yes.
Nice. You're getting lots of shout outs and cheering on for all the best ways to cook the eggplant. Everybody's obsessed. That's great. Okay,
I've
awesome.
been spending a lot more time in the kitchen lately since I've been
Oh,
on a, as we're calling it, hiatus. I've been, yeah, doing a lot, and it's like my happy place. So, yeah.
aw, that's
Although
awesome.
I'm also in my happy place when I'm teaching classes. So I was really happy to be able to come back the last couple of weeks and see some of y'all because I missed you. And I'm happy to be back here too. So, Alexis, I've missed you
Aw.
lots as well. Mwah.
Yay. Oh, we love you so much. And this show hasn't been the same without you. Of course, it's fun. And I'm really happy for the opportunity to be able to, like, talk forever when you would be like, come on, we're keeping it moving. And I just talk
Gotta stay on
forever.
time. Well,
Oh,
it's all good.
but anyway, we love you very much. And it's such an honor to be able to have you be back here for this show and hope you'll come back again really soon.
Absolutely, I will. Yeah, love y'all.
Yay. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the show. Do you have anything else that you want to say before we go?
That's pretty much. Oh, one thing I actually I'm getting together with some neighbors here in San Francisco, and literally on my block, my upstairs neighbor is a yoga enthusiast and teacher and dancer, as well as a massage
Oh,
therapist. My next door
ooh.
neighbor on this side is a businesswoman who is trying to form a workout group for moms in the neighborhood. There's a woman on the block next down for me who is a Pilates instructor, and so we're like starting our own little moms workout group where they can take their strollers
Oh,
and their babies.
oh.
And it's just getting off the ground, but I'm very excited about this. And we'll have like a rotating schedule of instructors and everything. And it's brand new and we're going to see how it goes. So
Ah,
that's
that's
fun.
so cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's really
She's got a
awesome.
little baby. It's like 4 months old. She's adorable. So.
Aw, awesome. Jennifer says, thanks, MB. It is lovely to see you again. I 100% agree. All
I
right.
gotcha. All right.
Yay. That brings us to the end of the show. Team, we
We
love
get
you.
to dance.
Yeah, we get to dance it out. Let's do
All
it.
right. Sweet.
All right, let's do it.
I don't know what that was, but I'm dancing like an Egyptian.